The first time I met Kenny G, he asked me, he's like, so tell me about, what your style is. And he's like, because I have the mellow thing covered.
The mellow thing covered.
And that is true. And I'm not really a person that really leans into the mellow thing.
I know, because you play like at raves. I mean, not rave, but you like at festivals.
Yeah,
you
play Coachella.
He's not playing festivals.
Yeah,
he's not going to Coachella. You're going to Coachella.
Yeah, and I'm playing with DJs, and that's something he's never...
Welcome to the Dive In Podcast, everyone. I am your host, Max Stecker, and today we will be diving in with saxophonist, actor, editor, award-winning filmmaker, wine connoisseur, Shashaty. Welcome, Shashaty. What's going on, buddy?
So awesome to be here. Thank you, Max. Thank you.
We're doing this weird handshake. Okay. Talk to me, man. It's good to have you here.
It's an honor to be here.
Dude, Shashaty, how'd you get that name? Is that like, I know it's your last name.
Everybody was always like, take your first name out, and you've got like this great single name artist name, so It just stuck.
It sounds like a vampire.
I like that.
And you kind of look like a vampire. Cool. Is that kind of part of the whole musician vibe?
I think so.
That looks like a relic, like that on your jacket. It looks like a relic, like old school.
Yeah, man. This is definitely something that was given to me recently in Florida.
And so is Shashaty like Greek, or what's that?
I am of Lebanese heritage.
Lebanese.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are accomplished, man. You've Billboard artist, right? Top 50?
One of the singles making a top 20 of Billboard.
Oh wow, top 20.
Yeah, and we secured a distribution deal with Sony Red. So
wow.
Yeah.
And then so like, is it like you and Kenny G, like you battle it out or what?
I've been in Kenny's company a few times. He's a wonderful person. I get the comparison a lot, but that's an honor. I mean, he holds the record for the most selling instrumental artist of all time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're number 2.
I hope so.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to be the LeBron James of basketball. Can I say that, Josh? Is LeBron number 2 or is he number 1? What do you think? What does it say over there?
That's an interesting debate. Against who? Are you talking Michael Jordan?
Oh, I was talking about Kenny G and like
Michael Jordan. So Kenny G and Shashaty versus Michael Jordan.
Right.
There you go.
Great
comparison.
Yeah, I would say.
Good company to be in.
But I'm saying, is LeBron number 2 though, or is he number 1?
Ooh, that's a tough one, man.
LeBron is definitely number 2.
Number 2? Oh, okay. Are you better than Kenny G? This is like an all-time great question.
I get that so much.
No, seriously though, you've heard him play. You know how you play.
The first time I met Kenny G, he asked me, he's like, so tell me about, what your style is. And he's like, because I have the mellow thing covered. And that was
petty. He's being petty. Kenny G is petty. Shots fired at Kenny G. He's got the what covered? What did he say?
The mellow thing covered.
The mellow thing covered.
And that is true. And I'm not really a person that really leans into the mellow thing.
I know, because you play like at raves. I mean, not rave, but you like at festivals.
Yeah, no, I play Coachella.
He's not playing festivals.
Yeah, not
he's not going to Coachella. You're going to Coachella.
Yeah, and I'm playing with DJs, and that's something he's never...
How many girls are waiting for you backstage? Like when you like finish, do you have problems with your wife where she's like, "Hey, listen,
I'm a saxophone player." She knew what she was getting into.
Oh my gosh! Shots fired! Natalia, I know Natalia. She's amazing. No shade, Natalia, but you did marry a musician. What?
And a saxophone player.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Like you have your own solo, like a guitarist.
Yeah, it is very much like that.
What made you pick up the sax? Were you like, I want to?
I feel like it was the closest instrument to a human voice. I never really feel like I wanted to it was really like that was my thing, singing, but I knew I wanted to express the way a singer does or a solo instrument, and saxophone was there when I was in high school, and it was it never looked back. If you listen to a saxophone, I think it's the closest instrument to a human voice.
Did Bill Clinton play the sax?
Yes.
How random is that? How did you know that?
Well, he played sax, and so I think Bill Clinton plays sax, doesn't he?
Yes, he does, and actually not as random I hear that all the time. Like it's like Bill has.
So it's commonly known.
Yeah.
Did he play the sax at Epstein Island?
Good question.
He's like, come into my office. I got something to show you.
I would be surprised if he didn't.
Well, then Hillary knew what she was getting into because she got. Dude, it's one thing to be the president, but to be the president and a sax player.
And in his younger years, a relatively handsome man, Kennedy-esque, right?
Right.
That same charm.
Yeah, he is Southern. Have you played for any presidents?
I have not.
Really? Just Santana. You just played with Santana, the Bee Gees.
Yes. It's pretty good company. Yes, absolutely.
What's that room like? Getting with Santana in a room, getting ready for like.
It was just like this, like you and I right now.
Drifting.
And I was brought directly into his dressing room. He was alone in his dressing room, just like this. Hey, how's it going? Come on in. He's got incense all over the room. He's got his shamans on the walls.
What do you mean? What is that?
Well, he's a shaman.
Oh wow, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we didn't even ask the question. Do you believe in the Illuminati, and have you experienced anything like that?
Is that a thing on this podcast?
Yeah. We always ask Illuminati, what's your experience? Because you're the music industry, and they say that's usually in the music industry.
There's a lot of fascinating information out there about it, especially since I've been in LA.
Nobody answers the fucking question, dude. Like every one of you guys.
Is there really an answer?
We get you guys. You're in the business. This is like the 7th time already. I'm like, Illuminati. They're like, well, if you want to call Illuminati having money, and it's just like, well, it's such a dodge. So you have experienced it.
There's some things that aren't deniable. I mean, musicians see everything as a fly on the wall. The things that you walk into and you don't know that you're walking into it, and you just do your job, and.
Wow, that's so cryptic. But you have an album called Brighter Day, right? Let's segue to that. Can we hear some of your music? Let's get right to it.
Sure. Yeah, I've got a little piece for y'all.
Yeah, come on, let's do it. Let's get him on the spot. Let's go.
Let me grab my horn here.
Let's hear this.
For sure.
Let's hear this. And then we're going to talk about who you played, where you played, the most
You're going to get Shashaty killed, though. He can't say too much.
I know, we can't say too much. I mean, dude, isn't it funny? But everybody's really cryptic about the question.
They'll tell us afterwards, I guess, but on camera they can't.
We're gonna get a Freemason on here. I promise you guys. Here we go. Let's see this. All right, let's hear this. This is gonna be Shashaty playing one of his songs from Brighter Day. Hey, nice. You just put it up. Let's fix your mic.
Yeah.
Good, man. Wow. Wow, that was amazing. So here, pull the mic up close to you. Okay, so now that I've seen you close, I mean, I've actually sang with you. And we have that history with my birthday party.
Yes.
You played sax while I sang a song.
Times.
Yeah, a couple times there too. And I've been up and close. What's going on? What's happening in your flow there? Talk to me.
It just happens. I mean, I don't know. My thing is just connecting, and music is an energetic thing. You know, you really. For me, there's it's a preconceived notion that I'm connecting with the audience energetically. You're grabbing them, and you're moving them. You're taking them on your journey. For some reason, I feel like as a frontman, I've always had this ability to immediately do that, and I wish I could put like a stamp on it and say this is how it happens.
But it's like you're hypnotizing the audience.
Yeah,
there is like a hypnotic melody that starts to happen.
Yes. Yeah. And I 100,000% believe in that, you know.
You know who else hypnotizes people is vampires.
Yeah.
I'm coming at you again. I'm coming at you again. It's just like the whole musician thing. It's like it's all kind of, and you work at night.
There's something
there.
I've
only seen you at night.
Yep, that's when I come alive.
Oh man, are you kind of a night owl? Like you're kind of like you wake up at 1 PM.
I mean, it just, I don't know. It's just like that. There's something special for me about the evening. You know, just the feel, the smell, the vibe. It's just like I feel like there's just so much.
Well, you're from Florida, right?
Yeah.
So you grew up in the night. I mean, Miami.
Where? Yeah.
So you grew up in the nightlife.
Big time.
How was the nightlife in Florida when you were coming up?
I watched like South Beach become South Beach.
No, really?
And starting to play in all those clubs when I was first getting started, and all the artists that were swirling around those areas. Some of them became Grammy Award-winning artists. And I would run with those guys, and it was just like a special time in the South Florida history. Obviously,
drop names. Who would you roll with? Who would drop some names?
So I came up with a Grammy Award country CMA Award winning band called the Mavericks, and they would play like the bar next door, and on our break we would go over there, and I would jump on stage with them. And this is in their beginning, and their frontman Raul Malo, Cuban heritage, and he won over Nashville and became a MCA recording artist with the Mavericks. And unfortunately, a few weeks ago, heartbreaking, he passed away.
Wow.
And which was like, so I was like, I just can't believe it. Like, how could that happen?
Right.
And artists like that, I highly recommend. I mean, they're just, one of the most amazing influences on me. In the beginning, like just watching, as a young artist, like seeing somebody do it that way, as if they're already stars, and lo and behold, they became stars.
Yeah. So you see it so you see stardom before the actual stardom?
I have, yes, absolutely. And if you're blessed enough to be in a room where you're watching an artist, you just love the artist, but you see it and you're like, oh my God, they're gonna, these guys are gonna be stars.
Wow.
You just see it and feel it.
Do you see it in acting also?
Yes.
Because we've worked together on plays, and we've worked together with. So what is it about seeing like an actor have it, or because a lot of people want to be famous, and it's so sad because in this town a lot of people prey on people's like oh, I can help you. And it's just like, there's a lot of lies out there. But so do you see it already, or have you seen it kind of get cultivated and become it?
That's interesting. I mean, because Max is my mentor in the world of filmmaking and in my journey, my over 9 years of training as an actor. And the question has gotten asked so many times to you: is this something that you either just have, or can it be? Can you work hard and can it be trained? And you've proven to me that it can be.
Right.
That it's not necessarily, they have the it factor. Of course that matters.
Right.
It's either a voice or something about them, that like you can see why they're on a big screen. You can see what they liked about it. Whether, like I said, like it's either the timbre of their voice, or obviously the good-looking leading men and leading women. But they just have something. They're very comfortable with just the way you pointed out to me that, oh my God, like when you play, it just becomes this whole different thing, a zone.
Right. Yeah, I kind of saw when you were playing, I was like, oh, that's like, can you agree, Josh? I mean, we're both grown men, but there's something watching him play where we're like, oh yeah.
There's an it factor.
There's that. We're kind of like, we get it right away. Like this guy's somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
And translating that, like when I first started working with you, translating that from music to acting, it was like such a learning curve for me. Like you taught me how to ground, and it made me a better recording artist because consuming all that dialogue somehow comes out in your cadence in music and in what you've trained me.
And I think what it has to do is material. I don't know how you feel about material when you train as a musician, but I feel like, and this is where people get gaslit in this, especially in LA. Like in LA, I think they get gaslit so hard where it's like, oh, I'm going to coach you and we run lines. And it's like, that's not how to grow as an actor or an artist. It's the material that you do. So in music, is it the material that you're kind of working on, or
you gravitate toward material that resonates with you? Obviously, I've always been very eclectic. I don't like putting a label on, everybody, oh, well, he plays the saxophone, he's jazz. I'll play rock, I'll play, heavy Santana stuff, heavy Pink Floyd stuff. But because I resonate with that. And like I said, I started saxophone thinking like a singer.
Is the saxophone the devil's instrument? Because it's either the piano, the guitar, or the sax. I mean, there's no other instruments. So the devil, what would you think the devil's instrument is?
I mean,
the sax, huh? You think it's the sax?
I mean, it's just
Josh, are you here?
You're trying to trick him back into Illuminati stuff. Huh?
I mean, everybody's not answering the question. It's like one of those things. Yeah. You shared the stage with BG. You opened for BGs.
I opened for the BJs when they were all still alive. I got to have dinner with them before the show, and it was surreal.
How are they? Do they have like talk about it factor? They're just like boom. They walk in. You're like, those guys are stars.
They're like they're up there with the Beatles in my opinion.
Ooh.
I mean, Barry, the lead, is the only one remaining living BG, but they were all brothers, and so that was magic. I mean, because I came up in a time when they were quite popular, and so have that opportunity, like what?
Is music different now than it was before? Like, would you say that music now is just kind of like slopped together and put out, or do you feel like there was actual like
music in the last decade and a half has become more contrived, in my opinion. And I'm not dissing on. There's so many great artists out there that have come out, Beyonce Knowles, Lady Gaga, like where they blow your mind when you find out how diverse they really are. Right. When you hear Beyonce
what
sing.
Do you think about Taylor Swift? Because we had somebody, remember we had Trevor Bush on, he was kind of hating a little bit, and I was like, dude, she's like badass. I like Taylor, but what's your take on her as a musician?
I mean, anybody that reaches that kind of notoriety, is it's remarkable, and you have to take into account the era that she came up in.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
And I have a lot of respect for her, and I think that I would love to see her lean back into her country roots.
Wow,
I love country music.
You know, she's definitely. I've seen. You know, my girlfriend. That's all I listen to on the car rides is T Swift. She loves T Swift.
Oh wow.
And I agree. I think T Swift is like, for me, like, you know, Blank Space is one of my favorite songs. But one of my favorite songs also is one of her earliest one about when she wrote about Tim McGraw. And I was like, damn, I was like, she is a star. She has it, you know?
She does. You know, and Miley Cyrus is another one. Like Miley, oh my God. Like Miley.
Yeah, Miley
you
is
know,
good.
is one of the, to me, Miley is like a Beyonce, is like a Lady Gaga. Like, oh my God, there's nothing this girl can do.
Yeah.
And she had to fight tooth and nail to get out of that Disney box
yeah.
with Hannah Montana.
Not too many people can transition, huh? Not too many can transition.
Respect.
But there's been a handful of them, like Selena Gomez,
Yes.
like Miley Cyrus, like Ariana Grande. She catapulted into like what's going to probably be some of our one of our best, probably if not the best vocalist, one of the best vocalists of all time.
Goosebumps. I never really paid that much attention to Ariana. And then
I've always paid attention to Ariana.
yeah, and I can see why.
Yeah.
And when you start seeing her like on Wicked,
Yeah.
and they sang all that live.
Yeah, Cynthia Erivo. Oh my God. Talk about another vocal range.
And the opening for the last, I don't know how they could ever top that. The opening for the last Academy Awards with Cynthia and Ariana Grande singing Over the Rainbow from The Wiz and then Wicked.
Yeah.
And it was just, I gained so much respect for Ariana Grande that night when I saw that.
Well, let's get the collab. Ariana, if you need a sax player, or T Swift, you need sax. We got Shashaty, one of the, you know, best of all time, one of the GOATs here. Get you on tour. Okay, so you've shared the stage, or you've been on tour with who else? Like George Benson.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, Broadway.
Who's that? Broadway? Is that Broadway over there? Broadway's calling.
George Benson right there. Yes. Absolutely. George Benson, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Air Supply.
Air Supply.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about
Making
that.
love out of nothing at all. Oh, man, I love that song.
Yeah.
That's the song.
Yeah, man.
Who else? Air Supply.
My gosh. John Cicada.
John Cicada is
Al
dope.
Jarreau, obviously, he sang.
Dude, backstage must have been crazy. That must have been like Chris Brown.
Share some stories. What's your favorite?
Come on, you gotta dip in some tea. What's going on backstage? Are the groupies
can
going
tell
at
you.
it already? Or like, are the groupies going at it already, or what's going on?
I was backstage once with UB40.
Oh, okay. Red wine.
Yes.
Okay.
And the backstage area was so full of cloud. It was like weed on steroids. And they were like even switching out from their band positions, going back there and coming back out. It was just, but they were a fantastic band. They were really good. They were more of a, like, at the time, like a more, hybrid, reggae band.
They were like a pop
reggae. Yeah.
The only one that was close, it was kind of like them for me, was like Sublime-ish, like was Sublime.
Mm-hmm.
But UB40 was its own thing. Like they were almost like U2, but not U2.
Oh yeah. That's
You
a
know
good
what I'm saying?
example.
Yeah, there's like they're almost U2, but they're not.
Yeah.
Because U2's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Bono and Edge.
Yeah. And the who's the other one? I'm trying to drum up these. I got to meet Peter Cetera from Chicago. Yeah. That was a beautiful moment. And Huey Lewis and the News. I met that whole band.
Huey Lewis and the man. If you guys don't know these people, you have to like get on Spotify.
Yeah. Billy Joel.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that backstage?
What a cool guy. There was no one back there. The show had just ended. He was just walking by himself, and I approached him, and I was like, Billy, just so amazing. What a great show. And he's like, yeah, well, with the audience like that, they make it easy on me. Wow. And he's like one of my top 3 artists of all. I love Billy Joel.
He has one of the best songs of all time.
Piano Man, and the plethora of songs and music that he's produced, even with Elton John. And
have you noticed that lead singing musicians are living a lot longer?
I mean,
like Bruce Springsteen is.
Look at Bruce. Yeah,
how old is Bruce? He's up there.
He's got to be in his 70s now, right?
Or like preservatives.
You think so?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying. Like,
I mean, I think the money starts to save your ass, right? I will say this: I think as you get older, you have to eat less, and eating less makes you live longer. I think, right?
I agree with that.
I mean, you kind of like are
fasting.
You're like our fitness guru over here. You think they start putting these guys on like calorie restrictions?
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, the body uses energy to consume food.
Do you eat a lot? And with the touring schedule, do you get to eat a lot? Because it looks.
If you time it out, you eat carbs before you go on stage. Which really jacks your energy up.
I don't find you as a big eater though. I think you're more of a wine connoisseur.
Well, that is definitely, and it's a healthy thing. Wine.
Is it? I heard it's healthy. One glass. After one glass, the benefits of wine go down like times.
Incrementally.
Yeah.
Red wine.
Yeah. Why is that? What do you mean red? You corrected me. Red wine. Why is it different with white wine?
I believe it is. Red wine has tannins and stuff in it that are really good for the heart. There's a lot. Like don't quote me. I have done a lot of work in the wine world, but I'm not I'm not a health professional, okay, but all you have to do is look it up for 5 seconds. It's amazing for your cardiovascular and for your heart, and great for your blood. In general, even white wine, they say having a glass, even a day, is very healthy.
Well, the Europeans do it.
Yeah,
Europeans do it.
Yeah, and some of those countries have the lowest heart disease rates in the world.
Right. You traveled a lot?
All over Asia.
Damn.
Yeah, which was an incredibly beautiful experience. That's like my biggest, traveling area. It just so happens that Kenny G is huge there, and so obviously they wanted me to come and do shows there too. And so again, grateful for that world opened up for someone like me that plays an instrument. It's not necessarily singing.
How does your name get around? You just kind of get brought up because of you have a manager, you have a booking manager.
Yeah.
How's that work?
Yeah, I mean, all those artists that I named that I've been on stage with and collaborated with, my manager on the East Coast, pretty much personally responsible for all that. Peter Smith, British guy, and we're lifelong collaborators. And he was with one of, if not the biggest concert promoter in the country at that time. And so I was blessed to be able to open for the BJs and open for all those bands. I mean, I had, beyond anybody we've spoken about. And that resume starts to collect, and it starts to become, a key point for people wanting to see you more and more and more, And
out of all those countries and all those cities, who has the hottest people in? Where you're like, damn.
You can replace people for girls.
Yeah, too, yeah. How many?
Exactly.
How does that? Thank you for that. Who has the hottest in the world?
Oh, I've been in the Northeast quite a bit, man. The tri-state area. I
really,
feel like
New York. Really?
I feel like
New York.
Yeah.
New York.
I love New York.
Better than Los Angeles?
I mean, Los Angeles is kind of like the hodgepodge of all those places. They all come from different places. So like LA is kind of like known as like, right, the transplant.
Yeah. I would think like maybe like Miami would be like.
The Cuban girls are quite beautiful women. I mean, you're Latino, so.
I'm Latino. I'm Latino. I'm not Latina. So let's put a pin in music real quick, and you transition to filmmaking. With your help, we've won like 44 awards and 8 nominations within 2 films. When you start going from music and like you kind of find this middle point in your career to start even shifting gears into something else, what's that like? Because that must be super nerve-wracking.
Well, to have first of all, to have a guide and a mentor like you was irreplaceable, right? You know, I just like I had from the first time I went into your class and audited, I was like, okay, I want to roll with this guy because you're outside of the box, and you are outside of the box, and you're a forward thinker, and you've put me in more times than I can count positions to win.
Yeah.
And
well, you're a hard worker, so.
Well, you know, you can always work harder. I don't actually thank you, but I don't consider myself to be the hardest worker. Because again, when you're in a room with the kind of expectations that you have in your room, and you know, it's humbling, and it makes you see that you need that wow, there's a lot of people in this town, which is why I came to LA, that work harder. You know, they work harder than you,
right?
You know, but that's what elevates your game.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to go right into the camera and say to our audience, guys, if you can like, comment, subscribe. 90% of you watch and are not subscribers. Come on, show us the love. You're watching. We've had in shorts, we've had over 150K. Come on, guys. You just got to punch the subscribe for us on Greatest of Everything. Come on now for the Dive In podcast. It would help a lot.
I'll tell you what, I'll throw this out there. Whoever subscribes and likes moving forward from this episode, I'll give you a copy of the song I just played.
There it is.
I'll give you the recording of it, like a professional recording of a very beautiful, beautiful song.
Or even yet, we can maybe get you in contact. So if they have a wedding or a birthday, we can line up something. We'll throw you a nice little sax playing.
Hand raised. Absolutely.
Serenade.
Absolutely love that.
Serenade.
He's dropping next week, and he should be in the comments all week. So if you have questions for him, you know, we can, Yeah, I love it. And if you troll, we love it. We embrace it. All right, so getting back to you, and now, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you in acting and editing and music? You know, what's the craziest story you got?
Oh God,
the craziest thing has happened.
Oh wow, that's got to dig back
He's
into
going through his mind. He's like, I can't say that. I can't say that.
I was just about to say that. You took
Everybody
the words out of my mouth.
Fucking safe. I swear.
He's got so many things in his head. You can tell. Look, and he's blushing too. He's blushing. He's like, I can't say this. I can't say this.
Shit.
Okay, I don't know if this qualifies. When I was opening for the Bee Gees, it was an earlier part of my career. First, really, one of my first biggest breaks. My first break was opening for REO Speedwagon, but that was certainly like probably be my next big break. And so at the end of that set, I've been playing clubs and clubs and clubs, and so you play sets at clubs. You don't just do a show and leave, right? In that format, you do your 40 minutes. You're the opening act. You're done, right? Thank you very much. Look forward to the Bee Gees, right? So I was in automatic mode, and I started saying, we'll be back, like you would at a bar, like we'll be back in 10 minutes. I started saying that. This is in front of 4,000 strong. And I froze, and I had to figure out how to get out of that. And so I was like, and I realized what I was doing, and it was awkward. I think I ended up saying, we'll see you later or something like that. Like I threw something out there, and it was a learning experience on steroids because it was being filmed, so I got to watch it back.
So they gave you a mic. You had a mic. Front
of house. Yep. Oh yeah, I was talking to 4,000 people.
Your mic is usually at the end of your instrument.
For the instrument, but I have a front of house mic.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, and I talk to here's the next song. How's everybody doing? You name it. Yeah, I communicate with the audience, but
is it just you up there, or you have a whole band?
Whole band.
Wow.
Oh yeah, when I do stuff like that, I've got.
What's the biggest? 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15. Taylor Swift 70,000.
So I've done the national anthem for twice for the NFL.
Wow.
That's 85,000 people. And like, that was probably the biggest adrenaline rush that I've ever experienced. I recently did an Angels game, national anthem for the LA Angels. And I did the national anthem for the Florida Marlins twice. And those are like, it takes over 30 or 40 minutes to come down from that. Wow. Outside of that, big festivals like 10,000.
What's Coachella like? How many Coachella?
That's pretty crazy. I mean, I don't even know. Like, I jumped in the dance pit, like I was performing with the DJ, so I jumped into the middle of it with like all these 20-year-olds, and they surrounded me, and they all pulled their cameras out, and they were like, it was rock concert, you know. That was a blast. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Are you gonna do it again? Are you doing Coachella again this year?
Maybe if I get invited by a great DJ, you know.
Well, if you do, give me a +1.
You got it.
+2? Should we get a +2?
You got it.
I want to hear you play again. So now you know what I'm going to say, man. You can't say National Anthem. Okay, so it's either National Anthem or Santana Smooth Criminal. Smooth.
Yeah,
I'm not prepared to do either one, you guys. And that's not the instrument that I play the national anthem on.
It's not.
Okay. Yeah, I play it on the alto sax, and I that song is sacred. So I would run it a couple times before I would put that on. I can't remember.
What's in your pocket?
I can also send a link to where you can actually see my Angels performance.
Okay,
we could do something like that because I have I've got that on tape, and that's.
Did Alex shoot that?
Alex shot it, and that time I had electric guitar player with me.
That's our boy Alec Goldstein. Yeah. He's over there in the frame shift.
Brother from another mother.
Pod,
yeah.
So wait. Let's do this. Let's take a break. Let's actually watch that clip of you in the Angels Stadium, and then we'll come out and talk about it.
Right on.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's watch it. You put on our next movie if we had the ability to work with whoever we wanted? Like, who would be the song or the artist? Sade?
I love Sade. That's like my bucket list. I got the chance to do a show with a really high-end Sade tribute band. It was the closest I got to being able to work with her. But if I could choose one person that I could ever run with, it would be her. I just adore her music. I adore her style. I adore like just her saxophone-centric music. And, Santana, Carlos, he was a huge influence on me. It was like really kind of the instrumental that I wanted to go after, which was instrumental, but it was rock instrumental. It wasn't like, elevator jazz. It was edgy, and I'm always pushing toward edgy.
What about plays? You've done you love stage, and you've done American Buffalo, you've done Farragut North, you've done Lone Star. What would be the one play where if you could be on Broadway, what would it be?
American Buffalo was, a life-changing. It was like a master class.
Yeah.
There's no question. And Clown Bar, Adam Sienkiewicz.
Yeah,
that's a brilliant, edgy piece.
That's a piece that needs to go on Broadway. Adam Sienkiewicz, as a writer, needs a director and some stars to put Clown Bar on the map, because that's such a cult.
It's so cool.
I'll tell you what, if I get to ever direct, if he ever gives me the green light and I can get a star attached, I'm getting you as Bobo or oh my God, was the main bad guy? Was it Bobo?
Yeah, it was Bobo.
Bobo, yeah, Bobo. You be my Bobo. If I can get a star, I'll have you be my Bobo on Broadway.
Blessing.
If I get to direct that, Adam.
Blessing.
Yeah, that's a done deal.
Oh,
that's a done deal.
Don't
forget our movie coming out on Amazon, Action 8, that you're editing. You were in.
Yep.
Did the music on.
Yes. Yeah, that's the second film I had the honor of rolling with you in post-production, and
we learned a lot.
Retrograde, which is a great piece, and Action 8. These things are going up,
and then
on streaming services.
Yeah, I know, on Amazon.
Yeah,
it's going to be on Amazon. Yeah. Please check it out. Please
Definitely.
Rent, support Retrograde with 44 wins. 1 Dublin, 1 San Francisco, 1 Dubai, 1 Hong Kong.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's an astrology thriller. But Action 8 are comedy with Yolanda Cabot and Finn Roberts and Deshaun Tucker and Chicos Toxicos. That's going to be good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that won a bunch of awards. Like, how many film festivals?
Yeah, it won in Paris, the best script, so it's good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we'll see. Rent it, right?
Yes.
So tell me, Vineyard Jazz, what's that all about? Tell me about that. That's a passion project, right?
Man, I had the opportunity in 2015 to go out with a small crew to 22 wineries from Napa to the Central Coast, and we went to boutique wineries. We went to the biggest of the big wineries. I got to host, produce, and play music. I basically created this wine-centric, music-centric, travel vlog. And I played music and I mixed music in, obviously, and I got to interview all the proprietors and the winemakers and the entire process of doing that. It was like the most amazing crash course.
There's not, I don't know if it's a winery, but there's a place in Westlake that is like, I think like you go drink wine and you can hear music.
Tasting room
is I don't know, but it's outside. I don't know. I forgot the name of it. I'm doing bad now, not remembering it, but you should definitely go check that out.
Well, that's one of the big things that I do. I play at wineries, and that has been a trend that's continued. Obviously.
But you should do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
So where can people find you on your YouTube channel?
It's at Shashaty, but I can share those links.
Okay, perfect. But get your promo, get your time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, all my links are actually on my website. ShashatyMusic.com, Instagram at Shashaty, X at Shashaty. All those links will, I'll post. So all these things are in there.
So your YouTube channel at Shashaty, you got that?
Yeah, Shashaty Music. Shashaty Music, but because I have a couple different YouTube channels. One's personal, so I will make sure those are asked. You guys,
gotta catch you in your vlogs. I think people would want to follow you around. Such an interesting guy.
Thanks, Max.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Especially on your next tour.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the surprising parallels between music and wine?
Bottled poetry. And that's a saying, that goes around. And so, and wine has its own, adult cult, following it. It's a way of life. And, people spend a lot of time, discovering new wines around the world, actually.
Right.
And, I think that music, goes hand in hand because people don't just drink wine. Oh, I want to have a drink. It's it's a social thing. You're drawing people in. You have different varietals. It just like music. And I feel like when people sit and watch a saxophonist or any artist really while they're having that wine, it's a natural pairing.
I feel play a specific song when somebody's drinking a specific wine. Is there songs that go with certain types of wine?
That's a good question.
So one of the venues that I covered on that on Vineyard Jazz was a vineyard in the Central Coast called Rideau Vineyard, and it was the proprietor and owner is from New Orleans, and so her vineyard was like, you're going to New Orleans, right? and the music I played on that particular venue was, I played like kind of more New Orleans-y style, like, a jazz type of song that really works well. And she's old school New Orleans too. Like she cooked on camera jambalaya and all the great, like she personally cooked it, and we filmed her chopping the stuff, and she's up there, like she was in her 80s.
Look, I don't know anything about wine. What's the difference between red and white? Does it go with Munster cheese or red wine? Like, how's that go?
For me, if you're eating rich food, or if you're eating a beef, red wine. If you're eating fish, chicken, you're going to lean toward the varietals of white wine, and the pairings, more heavy cheese, red wine, right? And there's so many varietals of the different wines. There's the lighter ones, and then more the heavy, full-bodied ones, and it just if you're eating spaghetti or something, most people are going to eat they're going to drink like a Chianti or a Malbec.
Well, how are they more expensive than the other? How they adjust? Is that branding? Is that grapes? Is that the way they're made? Is it years?
It really is the winemaker. There's some wines that when you drink it, you can't even taste the alcohol. And that's like high-end wine. I mean, they're going to charge, $30 a bottle for a wine. That's going to be in that category.
What's the most expensive bottle that you've tasted?
Wow. I had a French wine. I can't remember the name of the winery, but it was like a $200 bottle of wine, and like it got poured into an aerator first, and you had to wait 20 minutes before, and then when you drank it, it was like, oh my God, this is why. My gosh, it's just like, it's a skill, man. It's like the winemakers are professional chefs, in my opinion.
What's the oldest bottle of wine?
I bought a bottle of wine in the early 2000s that I just, for some reason, I didn't drink it. I never opened it. And 15 years later, I opened it thinking it was going to be vinegar. And it was quite good. It was Chateau Souverain up in the Sonoma area. And it was, I don't remember, it might have been a Cabernet or similar. And I even called the winery before I opened it. I'm like, what do you think? They were like, it's hit or miss, depending on how you stored it. Like, let us know how it went,
There you go. That's the one you want to play Smooth by Santana when you're drinking that one, right?
He wants to hear that song.
Yeah.
So bad.
I want to hear that song really bad.
Yeah. That'd make everything good.
We could do a rain check, and I can
do it. You'll send us something.
On?
You'll send. Yeah, we'll have you back on. We'll talk about Action 8 when it comes out. We'll have to congratulate.
There you go.
That's going to be why.
Yeah.
So last thing I want to say is, where can we find you? I mean, you dropped your socials earlier, but is there anything coming up and anything other than the movie you want to promote?
Well, I'm in the process of hopefully in the very near future doing a web-centric cooking show.
Oh, wow.
I spend a lot of time in the kitchen. And that's definitely on my radar, and somehow pairing it with the music a little bit. And my wife is probably going to be the co-host.
Okay.
And we're going to we want to try to feature our personalities together and mix that in.
Yeah,
with that's definitely something on the radar.
Be great together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get on TikTok and start doing it.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying that.
Just go on lives, man. That's the best way to do it. Just, go live and start eating out of cutting boards. Get the food, eat on a cutting board, 100,000, 200,000 followers later.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on.
Maximilian,
thank you, sir. Look at this. Let's put this the right way. Thank you, man. Thank you for coming in. All right.
Love you, man.
Guys, thank you so much. Please, thank you for diving in. But please subscribe, like, comment. We just encourage your engagement, and even kind of give us who you'd like to see next on the pod. All right? Guys, thank you. See you later.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye.